Nighttime in the plains biome. One of the most dangerous times for the Testificatus maximus, also known as the villager. The villagers have to cower every night inside them as their original and still standing settlements to this day. They are frequently mistaken to be the most useless and annoying creatures in Minecraft, but I am here to dismantle that myth, which I believe to be untrue. This is Villagers in the Wild. The Testificatus maximus does in fact come in different varieties. For example, there's the butcher, the priest, the librarian, and also the farmer. If there was a farmer around here, I would show you what the farmer actually does. Oh, and then there is also the witch, who in fact is just another variety of Testificatus maximus, but struck by lightning, and with purple eyes that look partially blind. Just saying. Let us see if we can follow over here to find an example of the farmer variety. Oh, we have in fact stumbled across a creeper that sometimes live with the Testificatus. The Testificatus maximus will stare upon an entity for a while, just like that. And this is called socializing. They are very boring people, and they like to socialize with their eyes. Hello. I am Theseus Croft. Yes, you know. You can stop staring at me now. I am leaving. Whereas over here, this variety of Testificatus does exactly the same thing. The Testificatus maximus is hunted down and sought by the zombie, also known as the Testificatus hostilis, which is just another variety of itself. Although also this happens to be a Stevus hostilis, because it is not in fact an infected Testificatus, like we could see if we open this door. Oops. Now, as you will see if my game will stop lagging, the Testificatus has died. But sometimes they don't die and they become infected, as I will demonstrate now. Go ahead. In fact, they do set on fire sometimes, and then somehow they're actually becoming more intelligent, except for the fact that he is running away into death. Oh, he has now become infected, and you can see the tears on his skin, in which he is actually trying to get into safe refuge. I am a very nice person. I have given him safe refuge. That's probably not what he was expecting, and it didn't work. Never mind. But you see, if the Testificatus maximus infected does in fact have that weakness. Although speaking of weakness, there is a way to cure the Testificatus maximus, and as I can't be bothered to brew it myself, I will have to use creative. I am cheating. All that you need are two simple items. I don't know if arrows of weakness work, but we can try, because if we don't, then we will kill the Testificatus. The lingering potion of weakness. These are different 1.9 applications I am not accustomed to, and I have no idea if they work. We will now test them on the Testificatus, because I like experimenting with living creatures, as you have seen. Right. I will now shoot this variety. He is now dying. That was not a good idea. In fact, it was such a bad idea that I'm probably going to have to let him into the chapel, just so he can escape. Oh, he died as well. That was not useful. Why can't anyone cooperate with me? Right. We will come back to the curing of the testificatus. And now let us avoid more deaths. The farming crops, as you can see, are sometimes farmed by the testificatus as Maximus. However, only in some situations, because they seem to have absolutely no farmers within this village. Therefore I shall cheat. Oh, it seems that I too have been infected with weakness, which is probably why I cannot formulate full sentences. Any time. Right. Let us see if we can... Oh, we seem to have made a baby villager. Right, this is the farmer, I am pretty sure. Yes, he is harvesting different crops, and he will now place them within his inventory until he has enough food storage. The different versions of their... Excuse me one moment. Words. We now have the only farmer in the entire village actually doing something. He will now go around and harvest different types of food, and I believe when he will only be satisfied when he has 24 carrots, 18 wheat, and 24 potatoes, and I believe 24 beetroots, as I shall now demonstrate. Oh, what is my luck? Another farmer. It is unclear which preference they have, although I believe they also bake bread. Although we will find out by trading with this individual. No, never mind. He trades a bunch of sheep wool, which of course is more of a rip-off than Velcro. The cleric, as he is now called actually, I should have said that properly. The cleric happens to trade dead people, which is probably not a very churchly thing to do. I will now leave. Let us see an example of what the librarian trades. He trades paper. That is very interesting. Oh, he trades even more paper. As you can see, they are now socializing with me. Go away. The farmer is very interesting. The farmer will carry on to harvest in the same way and trade string, which you can't actually find without killing things again. The baby villager, or the baby testificatus maximus, in fact likes to drown, which is probably why the librarian is just socializing. Oh, hello, small person. Yes, I have a pickaxe in my hand. It's not very subtle. Alright, I am now back inside a house. I have been experimenting with a lingering splash potion of weakness and an arrow, but the arrow proved really ineffective. I am trying to prove the idea of the zombie villager returning to life, but it doesn't seem to be doing what it said in the book. I think it's because it takes 5 minutes and I've been here for 2. Oh well, his friend has recovered. He's still staring at... Never mind. I barricaded the doors so that he couldn't get out. The problem is that I myself am now trapped. So I'm going to spawn some more villagers and talk about food sharing. Say that lot there decided to share some food. I didn't expect them to be that many. That was a mistake. Oh well. Actually, no, well, if they have enough food in their inventory, and then someone who does not have enough food in their 8 slots of inventory was to not have enough food, they would share. That's basically it. I don't know what else I'm going to say. They find their first stack of inventory with at least 4 stacks of bread or wheat or beetroot or whatever you want to call it, and they drop it on the floor. Then the other person picks it up. It's pretty simple actually. Although it doesn't work if gamer or mob griefing is off. The last thing is rather ironic that I could show you this, which is overcrowding. Sometimes when villagers go anywhere that has wooden doors to shelter from the night, and the zombies, which ironically there is one there. Oh, he is actually just recovered. I'm going to now trade with him because I feel compelled to do something useful after I actually infected him myself. Never mind. He seems to have picked up my butter apples, so you actually have to throw it on the floor. I didn't know that. I actually learnt something today. Hello. Well, I believe that is it for me today. Oh yes, overcrowding, as I was saying before. If too many of them are overcrowding in one area, that is a coincidence. There is no way to prevent it, so it is kind of your problem. But if you destroy the doors, they will no longer want to stay here. But they have to because they are trapped. That is all from me. I am Theseus Croft, and I will see you next time for more mobs in the wild.